Dreadhead Kev, what's up, man? Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Oh, you want to do that? Woo! Or with Championship Wrestling, how about ow? Come here, buddy. Hello, everybody. Dustin Starr here alongside my tag team partner, Downtown Bruno Sammartino Caboclo. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Another great episode of Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. Which, by the way, quick brag, if you haven't seen this roof shampoo thing in action, you've got to go check it out. It's proshingle.com/roof shampoo. The thing is unbelievable. The way that it cleans. Dreadhead Kev in the house. Cedric, what's up? How are you? Happy Saturday. I'm sporting my Modern Sports Nutrition t-shirt here. If you guys go to modernsportsnutrition.com, you can type in STAR10, STARR10, and you can save 10%. Great stuff. I miss you too, bro. Dreadhead, we got to do something, man. Just waiting on the pandemic. Let's talk some pro wrestling. What did you guys think of today's show? I thought it was very, very strong. I love when you have a headline like Champion Showcase, where you have every champion in the ring at the same time. I love it. Destiny, how are you? Back at home. Yes, we were not gone very long. Cedric is thinking of doing pro wrestling. I've been doing pro wrestling since age 15, so I highly recommend it. Better than Raw and most of SmackDown. Yeah, I did watch Raw and SmackDown. I appreciate when you guys say that. Really, we're not against WWE or anything like that. We're fans of all professional wrestling, and but we appreciate that. Dreadhead. Mr. E, another solid show. Thanks, guys. We've got another good one next week. Where we have a United TV title match. And some of you are going to remember this, and a lot of the newer viewers haven't seen it, so it's great. But United TV champion Dan Joseph. Hi, Greg. He's going to be defending the title against Levi Shapiro with Howdy Price in his corner. Solid wrestling, good stories. Thanks, Mr. E. I think that these stories, the longer that it takes us to get back to live action, a lot of these stories you're going to see, they're going to be shuffled up. They're going to change. And I'm looking forward to that, especially with all the cliffhangers that we've been waiting on. Danny Rivera looks like one of the best. Greg, I totally agree. And he's getting opportunities in New Japan Pro Wrestling now, which is fantastic. And that helps. We love it when that happens, because those guys that we're trying to help push, so to speak, and become more important on our television show for you guys to enjoy watching, for them to get the national exposure is tremendous. So congratulations to Danny Limelight Rivera. I do not think that that's going to really interfere just yet, and if he works with Championship Wrestling or not. And you know, the open door policy, everybody always comes back. I wouldn't be surprised, and this is just me guessing, I wouldn't even be surprised to see, you know, guys like Royce Isaacs back, who we haven't seen in quite a while, once we start taping and stuff. And I think you're going to see some big names too. I know that David Marquez was on record talking about, you know, the Good Brothers, the Bullet Club guys, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, or possibly Brian Myers or Matt Cardona, which is weird not calling them Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, but there's a whole lot of guys out there. Let me catch back up with you guys. Levi versus Dan, yes, next week for the United TV title. Cedric says, do pro wrestling make a lot of money? Some of them do and some of them do not, Cedric. Actually, if you go find me on Instagram or Twitter at Dustin Starr with 2 R's at the end, at Dustin Starr, send me a DM and we can talk about it, especially if you're local to the Memphis area. Dreadhead says, what about Ray, Dustin? Yeah, trying to stir the pot, get me all fired up about Ray Rosas. Who knows, man? It's been going on so long now. I could tell you, the first opportunity I get, I'm jumping on it to beat him up. But We're still in the same spot now. I do know that there were going to be filming in July, but we're running out of July. So, with the recent spikes in coronavirus, I do not know if that affects the tapings. I'm sure it does, obviously, but I am not privy to any particular dates on when it will actually happen. Although we are expecting to be back live at some point, even if it's without a ring or without a ring, even without fans. And I was thinking of the ring inside the building where you see New Japan Pro Wrestling was produced by our team, which was awesome. Looked really, really good. So I'm excited about the possibilities of having some new stuff. Danny does so much in the ring. He does, Greg, man. Danny Limelight is fantastic. A great Lego set to build with, though. All the great footage and action. Yes, there's a lot of stuff in our vault. So if we don't get back to live action as quickly as we once thought, it's all good, man. We've got all kinds of footage in the vault. And we can even dig into some of the classic Memphis stuff that you guys might not be familiar with, of why is wrestling in Memphis always so highly touted. We can show you guys some of that. Would you guys be interested in classic Memphis stuff? Greg says, I thanked him for his service on Twitter, and I told him they think he's one of the best. Yeah, man. Thanks for that, Greg. Yep, Mr. E, the Major Brothers. That's what I was looking for. Made it. Took forever to get to the live video to appear in the playlist. Oh, no, that stinks. I'm glad you made it, Kurt. Don't poke the bear. When are the new Championship Wrestlings going to air? So excited. That is still to be determined. I'm getting all caught up here. Yes. So, hey, Jake, welcome, man. Dreadhead says Dustin has to think about family and can't risk it. The thing is just because you can do an event right now doesn't mean that you really should do an event right now. And I know that everybody has a different view on COVID-19 and death rates and all that good stuff. The bottom line is you're gone 2 weeks on a positive test, and you could be gone forever if you do happen to pass away. And we have some friends that were personally affected by that, where they had siblings pass away from this virus. So we have to be extremely cautious on anything that we do. And David Marquez feels the exact same way in California, and I feel the same way in Memphis. So that is we do not want to put anybody at risk. Not our performers, not our fans, no one. So at this point, we're going to bring you great television, but the live stuff, we have to feel it out and make sure that it's 100%. Especially with my Maria being pregnant, and that's just me personally. That's not counting everybody else that would be there. Doing great, Jake. I've been talking. Let me get all caught up. Mr. E, production values are always top notch. Thank you, man. We really pride ourselves on that, and that's why you don't see us in National Guard armories or gyms. And there's nothing against that. It's just we have a certain quality, production quality, that we want to keep. What match are you most excited for at Extreme Rules? Destiny says, I'm glad you asked. I want to see someone get their eyeball extracted in the eye versus eye match. You know, as silly as it sounds, they have me intrigued on what they're going to do. So with the endless possibilities of all the special effects and everything, it should be cool. Mr. E says, yes, classic intertwined with the new wrestling. That's what we're thinking. And it could be like interviews with guys like Coco Beware, Superstar Bill Dundee. We can show some highlights, maybe even air some matches. It all just depends on the footage and who owns it and all that good stuff. Greg says he loves the live stream. Thanks for doing it. So much fun. Thank you guys, man. I don't get to see you guys out and about anymore, whether you're in Memphis or not. So this is always fun. Classic wrestling from Memphis would be excellent. I saw your flyer photo with your brother. Gosh, all those guys, Austin Idol. But man, thinking back, you know, that's 20 years ago. I guess there are people that have watched us that long, and I can't believe it. I guess it just hit me. Did you see that moment where it just hit me right now? Like, wow, I'm old. Somebody saw me on a flyer from 20 years ago. But yes, I was lifeguard at the time. So I was first a beach bum uh, with zinc on my nose, and then we turned it into a lifeguard tag team where I had zinc on my nose. It was super fun. We got to surf on people's backs. It was Dustin Starr and my cousin Scott Starr, who we both went on to be referees at WWE. Scott actually got to work WrestleMania, and I know he got a picture with Ric Flair at his retirement match in Orlando. I don't think he ref that match though, but very cool story. Been watching a lot of Mid-South and classic Memphis wrestling. Cool. Yes, family come first and your health so important. I don't want to do a show if it'll affect my family. That's exactly right. I mean, there are shows that are running right now at full capacity. And that's in the Tennessee area. Kurt says the push playlist is listing most of the videos as private. Well, those are supposed to be scheduled. So Kurt, those are going to be released once every week. So you should not be able to see them if they're listed as private. That's interesting. So yes, the United Wrestling Network has this new series called The Push, where they have behind the scenes interviews and you get to learn who that person is kind of behind the scenes while showing clips and all that kind of stuff. Really cool. And so we are releasing that on our playlist, The Push. And man, it's really good stuff. If you haven't seen Watts, Heather Monroe, Dan Joseph is so fun. Gentleman Jervis is hilarious. And it's really good stuff. Shout out to the United Wrestling Network guys for putting those together. But yeah, those are going to be released. 5-Star Fan Cam in the house. All right, so I am going to go live at some point on 5-Star Fan Cam. I think I want to watch matches with you guys, but if you guys have not seen me wrestle for whatever reason, because you just see me in the suit and tie and all that stuff, go to the 5-Star Fan Cam, hit the subscribe button, and you can watch me versus guys like Cowboy James Storm, guys like Jerry the King Lawler, Superstar Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett, Chris Masters, Broken Matt Hardy. I mean, the list goes on and on. Great stuff on that channel. So just shout out to the 5-Star Fan Cam. They're in the chat there. Thanks, Jake, for tweeting out the stream. Let me get caught up. If you have old school watch along on occasion, hosted and running commentary. Yeah, no, that would be cool. That's kind of like a watch along podcast. Jake says the Impact Wrestling pay-per-view is tonight. Yeah, shout out to the Good Brothers. They just signed their contract with Impact. And also I'm expecting to see EC3 as well. Precious, Destiny shouts out Precious. We need to have Precious back on the show. I remember some stories Bill Dundee told us at a show in a parking lot. I remember that, Dreadhead Kev. Man, I appreciate the follow, Jake. I'll check it out. 5-Star Fan Cam, I've got some footage with you and some classic Memphis legends. It's all right there, man. There was some good stuff of me throwing coffee in Bill Dundee's face. All kinds of craziness. Beat him up at his on his own radio show. Interrupted. Maria slapped him on the air. I beat him up in the parking lot. We tore each other's clothes, the whole thing. It was just wild. Meanwhile, I thought Bill was, he couldn't go anymore. At that point, he was fighting his ass off. Lifeguards make a comeback? No, I don't think so. Maybe that's a good photo op on the beach, though, the next time I go. Lifeguard comeback. Oh my gosh, you guys are driving me nuts now. Mystery says, love what you guys are doing. Jay Woo, he's in the house. Yeah, best heel in the business. Come on. We're the worst heels in the business. I think the only reason people boo is because they're like, oh yeah, we're supposed to boo these guys. Thank you, Destiny. J-Wo in the house, man. Yeah, did you hear about the lifeguard stuff? We got to set up a lifeguard photo shoot next time. Let's see. Oh my gosh. You guys are tripping me out here. I will tell you, I think I told this on the radio a couple of weeks ago, but one of my first opportunities to be on a commercial after being on, it was the My Network 50, and I think it was the local CW affiliate, when Corey Macklin had Memphis Wrestling. Gosh, it must have been 2008-ish. And I was on TV regularly, live television every other week, and they would tape one. But anyways, point of the story is I had an opportunity to be in a commercial, and that's what I always wanted to do, is just do TV work, kind of what I'm doing now. And they reached out and they saw me on the wrestling show. So like, hey, we want to use you in a commercial. And it was this character. It's like a Nacho Libre type of thing where you'll have a mask on, but you have a physique similar to Nacho Libre. Excuse me? I what? They said I had a physique like Nacho Libre. And I was like, what? I was like, it hit me like, you look like Nacho Libre? And so I turned down the commercial. And then I started jogging outside and running on the treadmill. And that's how I ended up being in better shape, is because they offered me a commercial for Nacho Libre. No, this was 20 years ago. Destiny was talking about seeing the lifeguard gimmick. That was 17 years ago. But yeah, my first commercial opportunity was a spot playing like a Nacho Libre role because my body looked like that. I was like, oh my gosh, if I look like that, I need to lose some weight. So that's a funny little story that reminds me of the old Memphis wrestling days. Jake says, great show, 10 out of 10. Thank you, man. That's a 5-star rating if you ask me. 5-star banned. Oh no, guys, whatever you do, do not go to the 5-star fan cam and watch the 5-star banned video. Whew, man. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to check in with you like I do each and every Saturday. Remember, the Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by Be Free CBD is coming up on Monday at noon, and my special guest is going to be my lovely Maria. So, no, last week we were live for a couple of minutes, and you guys got to shout out to her, but she's going to be on the pod. If you guys have any questions for my Maria, go ahead and put them in the comments. We had quite a few fun questions that came across Instagram just last night, so we're going to be answering those in detail as well. So it'll be a fun little thing. If you're any kind of nacho, it's shredded nacho, bro. I felt like I was offended when they said I look like Nacho Libre, so I had to duck out of that commercial. But anyway, it all led up to this. But that's Monday at noon, the podcast. Maria's going to be on there. And then, of course, every Thursday, you can go to sports56whbq.com and listen live at 9 a.m. Central. I talk wrestling with Peter Edmondson and CJ Hurt, my buddies. They're super fun. It's great wrestling talk. And then on Thursday at noon, if you guys did not hear the Grind City Wrestling podcast this week, you have to, because Devin Walker Bebe, our producer of the show, literally thought that Rey Mysterio had a fake eyeball. And that's how they were going to do this match this weekend. I don't know about you, but I've never heard of Rey Mysterio having a fake eyeball. Destiny says, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for live stream. Be well, happy, Extreme Rules. Thank you, Destiny. We'll see you soon, I know. At least digitally. Rikishi, Brian Christopher. Yes, okay, so Rikishi and Brian Christopher tag teamed together to wrestle myself and Doug Gilbert. Yes, Doug Gilbert. I would have picked anybody in the world. No offense to Doug Gilbert, but if I'm standing across the ring from a former Intercontinental Champion and WWE Hall of Famer, 400 pounds, along with Grandmaster Sexay Brian Christopher, I would have a different partner. But anyways, yes, and my Maria may or may not have gotten a stink face that night. Yeah, so you got to go check that one out. Live glowing Maria. Yeah, her skin was glowing because of the sunburn. Kurt, thank you for joining us on the podcast every week. Need to make an Instagram, nothing but all pictures I took of dust. Oh my gosh, that would be a ton of pictures. That'd be years worth of pictures, Dreadhead. But let me think of what else. So you can listen to the podcast, grindcitymedia.com/podcast. You'll see us right there next to the Chris Vernon Show. Also, the Rise and Grind is starting on Monday, I believe. That's really, really cool. NBA basketball is right around the corner. I'm going to do a special video for them coming up. That's going to be super fun. I like to see the build-up ladies division. I've seen so many good matches. Yes, so there's a women's division playlist now that lives on the YouTube channel. I think you know that already, Greg, but we're adding more and more of the women's division matches on there too. But anyways, next week is a United TV title match. Dan Joseph defends against Levi Shapiro with Howdy Price. And I appreciate it, guys. I'm actually going to jump over to my Facebook channel because I feel like I haven't talked to my buddies on Facebook in a long time. So if you like at Dustin Star, I think it's at Dustin5 Star, you can catch me up on Facebook over there. But until next week, thank everybody for joining me. Yes, please be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to wear a mask. And even if it's like a Gentleman Jervis mask, you can get it at merchboy.com. From Memphis, Tennessee, Dustin Star saying so long, everybody.